Hello, vinyl community. How you doing? I'm Gary. This is Physical Format Rock and Roll. Cheers, my friends. Thank you for tuning in. So I was kind of sitting around thinking of another idea for a video, and it hit me that I watch a lot of videos from you guys out there. And I thought, sometimes it occurs to me, I'd kind of like to see them do a video on this or whatever. And so I just said, you know what, that's what I'm going to do a video on. I'm going to name 20 vinyl community channels, and this is a video I would like to see them do. Now, these are all channels I like, okay? Now, some of these videos I picked because it's something that they're already good at. Sometimes I might pick something that would be a bit of a challenge for them, but I would like to see them do that I think would be pretty cool. Maybe show another side of them, something like that. And these are all channels I like. They're all friends of mine, and these are just ones popped in my head. If I didn't mention your channel, it doesn't mean anything, okay? Maybe you're already doing everything I would love to see. So I don't have any other suggestions for you, or this is just what popped in my head. Didn't want my video to be too long. Here we go. Here's my wish list. Starting off, Steve at the Ralstonians Music Lounge. Now, he is a blues expert in the vinyl community, so I think this would be tough for him to do, but I would like to see him say, these are my top favorite blues albums. And I think he has a lot of credibility behind it, so it would maybe give the rest of us, if maybe you're not into blues as much, I mean, I love blues, but if he gives top 5, that kind of might make you say, yeah, maybe I should check that one out. Number 2, and these are not, they're just in whatever order. Josh from the Flip Side, the vinyl community with JC. I would like to see him do a kind of a day in the life documentary of Josh. Whatever he's doing that day, maybe it's a day that he's going to the record store. Just little clips, little short clips. Okay, here he is getting ready to go do this. Here I am talking to my kids. Here I am with my fiance. Whatever it is, and then just, here I am doing this and that. He's just an interesting person, and I think him doing a day in a lifestyle documentary, he would do a great job at it. So I'd love to see that. Next up, Mike over at MGK Boston. This is for you, my friend. He's one of the few people I see that talks about country albums along with his rock albums and everything. How about you do a your top 10 country albums? That would be very cool. Next up, Jeff Witcher, Vinyl Destination. I would like to see him do a deep dive on Eat to the Beat by Blondie. I think he could do a fantastic job of that, and I'd love to see it. Not enough people talk about Blondie in the vinyl community. Next up, Alex from Beer and Vinyl, my buddy Alex from Ohio. I would like Alex to pick 4 ladies from the vinyl community that you would like to go out on a date with. And then I would like you to say which album you would play for them when you bring them back to your, apartment, basement, wherever it is that you live. And then what beer would you offer them? I would like to see that video from him. Next, Mike, PC31, the Vinyl Policeman. Great guy. He's a British fella. And I would like to see him post a video of that awesome band that he has, either performing Give the People What They Want, Low Budget, or Around the Dial. That would be super fantastic. I would like to see them perform one of those songs. Next up, Brian, the Embryonic Robot. I'd like to see him do his top 5 hard rock albums in his collection. So this would be no self-loathing emo bands or anything like that. You're not going to be drinking Cosmopolitans when you're listening to this. Hard rock albums. Let's see it. You can do it, Brian. I know you can, buddy. I'm trying to turn the page on my handy-dandy notebook, just like Blues Clues, but for some reason, I'm jumping ahead. There we go. All right. Next up, Anthony. Yo, Anthony. I wish I had a big gold chain right now. Anthony from Gambler 812. That's GMBLR 812. I would like to see him do his top 5 Elvis songs, but I would like to see him dressed in an Elvis outfit and do it in an Elvis voice while he does his 5 songs. I think that would be a huge video for him. Next up, my buddy Chris Profi, Musically Obsessed. Now, this might sound kind of odd, but I would like to see him try to do a version of Straight to Hell by The Clash. It's one of my favorite songs by The Clash, and I just feel like he could do something with that song somehow, and it would be cool. If he can't do that, if he just can't wrap his head around that or, get it to translate well, Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks. I know he could do that one, but try Straight to Hell first. I think that'd be very cool. Chris could do it. He's awesome. Next, Trevor from Flat, Round, and Spun. How about he does his top 5 concert venues in Detroit where you won't get shot? Next up, we've got Brandon, Mr. Hall of Fame. I'd kind of like to bust his balls about calling his channel Mr. Hall of Fame, but, he is an awesome guy. And if they had a Hall of Fame for the vinyl community, he would be the chairman of the board. So, he's always showing albums that are in fantastic shape, right? Makes me feel bad because, some of my albums, they look like this, right? Well, how about Brandon shows 10 albums in his collection, like the 10 albums that are in the worst shape in his collection, so people like me could feel better about themselves. I'd like to see that one. Next up, my good buddy Steve, or Sven, from All the World's a Stage. I would like to see him do a video where he talks about 3 songs that have meaning to him somehow, and then explain why they have meaning to them, So, no stats or anything like that, no spreadsheets in that video. Next up, Ben Rankins, easy, top 10 artists not from Australia. Next, Mark from Twanger's Turntable. What are your top 5 concerts of all time? Because he's seen some great concerts, and I would like to see if he could name his top 5. Next, Brian from Cosmic Vinyl. I would like to see him pick 5 characters from DC Comics that he would like to have a personal cosmic experience with. Let's see if he can do that. I know he can. Next up, Jack, Vinyl Martini. Do a video where either your hair is completely messed up or you're wearing a cowboy hat. Next up, Randall Nelson, the great Randall Nelson. Do a video where you're doing some stand-up comedy. I'd like to see him, telling some jokes, telling some funny stories, something like that. Let's see the real funny side of Randall, because it's there. Vinyl Richie, or Krabby Patty, as he's known in some circles. How about the top 5 love songs from the 1970s? Next up, Rod, Happy Hippie, the vinyl guy. I would like to hear him talk about his wildest concert experiences. He's got some good tales. Maybe Mike's got the spins. Could jump on that one too. Next up, my good buddy Tony, 2 from the Trunk. Linda Ronstadt, he loves her, right? He's got all her albums. How about you rank those suckers? Let's see you do a ranking of Linda Ronstadt albums from your least favorite to your favorite. I will say I had an idea for JT's Record Room too, but he's too nice of a guy to do it. I had one for Sam St. John, but there's no way I could. I feel like it sounded like I was being mean or something. And, the kid's still in high school. I don't want it to look like I'm picking on minors or something. Now, this is my last video, and this is my special pick. Now, this is for my good buddy, Aaron Mutha Alamer. I love the guy. You love the guy. This one would definitely be a challenge for him. I would like to see Aaron do a video where he does his top 10 favorite albums of all time. All decades, all genres. So you're going to have Ride the Lightning versus the Elephant Riders. For a spot, the White Album versus Dirt. Harry Nilsson versus Dio. All these things are all mixed up, competing. against each other for his top 10 favorite albums of all time. No honorable mentions, just Aaron. There he is. The spotlight is on him, and he's standing there, and he just says, I'm Aaron Mutha Alamir, and these are my top 10 favorite albums of all time, starting with number 10. And then he just goes up to number 1. Now, if he did that video, if you're like me, you're going to be sitting there watching that thing. Oh my gosh, what's he going to pick? He's got so many records, and he's always talking about this and that, and how this one is, you know, his favorite of this and blah, blah, blah. I would love to see that. I don't know if he could do it without his head exploding. So, you know, maybe he can't do that. But I love Aaron, and I just think that would be one of my most fascinating videos for me to watch. So anyway, hey, there you go, guys. Maybe what's some of your favorite ideas like that you would love to see a channel do, or what do you think of some of these picks? Thank you, everybody who has watched it. Remember, I love all these people on these channels and you who are watching right now. I'm Gary. It's a Physical Format Rock and Roll. Till the next time, my friends, I will see you down the road.